Ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, teachers, students, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our chief guest, our very own Honourable Minister for Youth and Sports, Commander Viliame Nauporo, to deliver his keynote address. Commander.
Divisional Education Officer Western, Mr. Horomo, Senior Education Officials, the hosting Principal of DAV College and your colleague principals, teachers, award leaders and assessors, parents, families and friends, students, and most especially to those to whom the day belongs to, all recipients. Thank you very much for the kind words of welcome, both to me and my wife. She treads along that's the minister's boss sitting behind me. Very good morning to you all. Very interesting when you listen to the history of the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. In addition to what Mr. Walker said, I was reading into the website. I think right now there are it says that there are 140 countries that run the world. So, if we look at the membership of the United Nations, it's just a little, I think it is 201 now, 201 countries. So, it's almost done internationally, so you really should be proud. There are 189 other countries where people like you do the program. Certainly shows the value of the program. And I am indeed honored to join you this morning to confer the Duke of Edinburgh International Awards, the bronze and silver, to our total 76 very committed young students who chose to participate in this wonderful program. In the mid-90s, when I was a lieutenant in the Navy, I used to be an awards leader and assessor. To those who chose, who went into the outward bound, they chose to do sea survival as part of their adventurous journey. We would take them, we teach them sea survival skills, the different types of distress signals. We teach them how to fire off flares. And the interesting part for them, we would take them, they will launch a life raft. If you go on a boat, you see those big white things, those are life rafts. They will go and launch it and stay on the life raft for 24 hours at sea and just experience living in that condition. So I relate very much to this presentation today. But for me then, as a young lieutenant, it was always satisfying and rewarding for me to see this group of young boys and girls demonstrate perseverance, self-discipline, and resilience as they prepared and performed those tasks that we gave them. And they provided unselfishly, these were students and just like you, the time and commitment required in order to meet those demands. The beautiful thing for me was that I was learning from them. As a young naval officer, I was learning from them in as much as I was teaching and guiding them. And I'm sure that the adults who are assisting those Duke of Edinburgh Award students can relate to my experience. The two things that you have as young people in abundance, you have this in abundance at this stage of your life, are energy and creativity. And when you choose to participate in programs such as the Duke of Edinburgh International Awards, you will discover new talents that you never thought you had. Amazing, it's amazing. You will quickly learn new skills that you may have otherwise will never learn if you confine yourselves to the classroom environment. And you will be surprised as to what you can do when you take the challenges of the skill. And I assure you that you all have in abundance the required attributes and qualities to to complete, the 5 levels within the Duke of Edinburgh International Awards: skills, services, physical recreation, advanced journey, and the residential project if you need to go. Even though the components of the course which lead to the awards might be rigorous and demanding, you will experience unique pleasure in their accomplishment. I can only urge those who are not part of the program to either join the Duke of Edinburgh's International Awards program or other similar programs and share the wonderful experience of self-discovery that today's award recipients have experienced. To the recipients of awards, you have done all of us proud. We congratulate each of you for the variety of areas that you have been involved in. The renowned educationalist Sir Ken Robinson, if you ever have an opportunity to buy a book and you go into a bookshop and you find a book written by this gentleman, Sir Ken Robinson, I recommend that you buy it. And this is what he said. He states that, and I quote, very many people go through their whole lives having no real sense of what their talents will be, or if they have any to speak of, unquote. And I agree with him. By undertaking this award and by exploring the variety of opportunities open to you, you will have discovered some talents that may have been hidden from you, and even enhance those that has been exposed and that you are enjoying now. The very fact that each of you had undertaken this award, this Duke of Edinburgh Award, it indicates to your families, to your school, to your friends, and to society at large that you have the ability to start something and to see it through. It's a quality that employers, universities, it is a quality that is in demand. People who can start something and see it through. And that you are prepared to give things a go. And that we applaud you. But my advice to you is do not stop here. Because what you have discovered is really just a tiny little bit of your talents and abilities. What you have to understand is that the capacities you actually develop to the full, what you develop to the full, it comes out as a result of you and taking on life's challenges. It is an interplay between you and the life's challenges. And as you grow, the challenges of life will just change. It just keeps changing. It just keeps changing. But the amazing thing is that if you decide to take them on, you will find that that challenge and that combination, you find that life will begin to pull things from inside of you. It pulls it out from you. And I emphasize the point that it didn't put it into you, it will pull things from within you out. And that's what self-discovery is all about. And I emphasize the point. If that combination of you and you taking on the challenges of life brings things out of you, then logically those things were already in you. It's already in you right now, as you see. But it is the interplay between you and taking up the challenges that life will throw at you, then you will begin, those things begin to come out, and otherwise you never realize that it's there within you. I can only urge you to continue to explore your talents. Continue to challenge yourselves to try something new. Continue to discover yourself. Amazing, I always tell my staff and everywhere I go, we seem to know everybody else except us. We talk about that guy, we talk about that girl, we talk about the person working next to you. We know them, we know what is in their house, but most of the time we know very little about ourselves. Discover yourself. It is an amazing, amazing journey. 2.5 years ago, I received an invitation. I was still the permanent secretary for Fisheries and Forest. I had this invitation on my table that said that you are invited to the BSP Ambrose closing. I didn't even know what an Ambrose was. I found out that it was golf. And I've never touched anything, never learned, never ever even thought about the game of golf. So on the email I started giving excuses. I sent the email back and said, sorry, I do not play golf. I do not know how to play golf. I promise to learn to play golf and I will play in your next tour. And then this the person's secretary emailed me back and said, oh, he said to let you know that it is an Ambrose, and in an Ambrose you play with 3 other people and you all hit the ball and you play the next ball from wherever the best ball is. So don't worry, you'll be playing with 3 people that can play golf. My next excuse was, sorry, I have no clubs, no golf clubs. I was trying to get out of this thing. Sorry, I have no golf clubs, I cannot come. And somebody then sent me an email and said, you have to come, I'm bringing a set of golf clubs for you. So I went across that day, and we teed off. When you start playing golf, they call it you tee off. And you use a club which is called the driver. See, I know what it is. And we teed off from number 11th hole. This is at the Fiji Golf Club. So when you play an Ambrose, there's 2 teams of 4. So the 8 of you going to hit the ball. The 4 from the other side all hit the ball, and I was watching them come up, tee the ball, do the fancy thing with this, and then hit the ball and then go fly far right down the fairway. And then my other team members started off 1, 2, 3, and then it was like that. But then, as I was watching the 7 of them, I told myself, oh, really easy, just do like we did. So I went up, put the tee down, put my ball on top, and took a swing. 5 times I did this 360 swing. I was watching it, the ball was still sitting on the tee. And when you play golf, it is a gentleman's game. When somebody hits the ball, if it is nice, you compliment them. If it is bad, you say, oh, bad luck, they give you some advice. So first thought, and all the advice came, oh, keep your head down, just keep your eye on the ball, take it easy. By the time I finished the 5th swing, they had nothing else to say. Nobody else to say. They had given me all the advice that they could give. The 6th time, I was very thoroughly but quietly embarrassed. I was really embarrassed. So I very quietly told myself, really, one more time. You take one more swing, you miss it, this is it. You're not playing this game anymore. You're going to retire from me. I took the 6th swing, and this is one of my best moments in golf. And I did not know what I did, sorry. As I swing, I could feel that the club had hit the ball, and I could hear it. And as I looked up, I saw my ball flying down the fairway. I now play golf. My wife has got a cupboard full of things that I win. She's going to open a shop very soon and sell them off. From rice cookers, you name it, to microwave, to you get prizes when you win. But imagine if I had turned that down. Imagine if I still said, no, I'm not going to take it. I wouldn't be talking about golf like that to you. Now, guess what? That interaction, nobody came and stuck into me how to hit a ball. No. It just pulled it out of me. How to play golf. It pulled it out of me. Nobody came and said, here you go. It is, now you can play golf. No. It brought it out of me. So it was already there. But I wouldn't have found out if I did not take up the challenge. John Gardner, he's a former Secretary for Health and Education in Norway in the United States. Oh, he's passed away, this gentleman. Again, he's a good writer. If you find a book by John Gardner, one of my recommendations. He wrote a book, and it was called, the title of the book is Self-Renewal. And this is how he describes life, and I'm paraphrasing him. Life is an endless unfolding, and if we wish it to be, an endless process of self-discovery. Of not just intellectual gifts, but the full range of one's capacities for learning, for sensing, for wondering, for understanding, for loving, and aspiring. I offer my sincere congratulations to all of you who are receiving awards today, and please wear those badges with pride. And I thank all of you who assisted and supported them throughout the program. Thank you again for the invitation to be with you today, and I wish you well.
Without the